Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you might be in the world as you are watching this video. We are continuing, but today we are on our obsessive compulsive and related disorders in the DSM-5. Take a look at the list that I have before you because that is what we're going to be going over in this video today. Now, I can't say for sure if this video is going to run longer than 20 minutes. I don't see it running longer than 20 minutes because you all know I strive to make these videos as less than 20 minutes as I possibly can. But yes, we are on our obsessive compulsive and other related disorders. Now, when it comes to the obsessive compulsive disorders, obsessive compulsive personality disorder is not up here. I will be doing that in the list of our personality disorder, so don't fret. There is a difference between obsessive compulsive disorder and obsessive compulsive personality disorder, and we will jump into that. But first, let's just take a dive into obsessive compulsive disorder. But before we do that, let's look at the overview. So when it comes to the compulsive disorders, it's about what? Is it about anxiety? Can this be something involving anxiety where we are just like constantly worrying about things, rechecking things, doing things over and over and over again? Can that be a part of anxiety? It absolutely can be. I find myself sometimes, if I'm very anxious, I'm like constantly ruminating and saying the same thing, repeating the same things, doing the same things over and over again just to ensure that I am reassuring myself over and over again that I'm doing it the correct way, right? When it comes to OCD, you have the presence of what? Your obsessions, your compulsions, or you are going to have both of them. You are going to have, again, reoccurrent and the persistent thoughts, urges, or the images that are just intrusive. They are just going to be like firing off over and over and over again. And just like I said, can you do that when you're anxious? Absolutely, you can do it when you're anxious. I do it when I'm anxious, right? Again, but then the individual is going to make an attempt to try to suppress it or neutralize the thoughts and the urges that they are having. As you are doing that, you are performing compulsions or other actions. In order to repress it, you're just going to be doing it. You're going to be doing it, right? Because those are compulsions are defined how? Take a look at it. That's the repetitive behaviors that you have. You may attempt to ignore it or suppress it, but it's going to come out regardless. And it's going to come out with how? Whether if it's like constantly checking to see if you lock the door, hand washing over and over again, ordering something over and over again, you're going to be repeating it, right? And then this is again, it's like, it can be even counting, repeating words silently to yourself. I do it. Do I have OCD or is it just anxiety? I don't know. I can't tell the difference, but I definitely do it. So that person, you have to, you're going to have to like do it because you're going to have to feed it, right? You are obsessed with feeding into these urges and these repetitive behaviors that you are doing, and you're just going to keep doing it, right? It's meant to reduce the anxiety. Is it reducing the anxiety? Probably not, because it's excessive. It's not reducing the anxiety, it's becoming excessive. Like you're thinking about it. It's the reoccurring, persistent thoughts that you're having. I'm trying to ignore it, I'm trying to repress it, and the only way that I can do that is to feed into it, which is me doing what? I am engaging in the compulsive behaviors. It's the repetitive behaviors. And the behaviors are supposed to be doing what? Reducing the anxiety or the distress that I am having. But are they reducing the anxiety? They can't be, because it's excessive. It's extremely excessive, and they are designed to do that to you, right? It's time consuming. It needs to happen it takes up at least more than 1 hour per day of you engaging in these compulsions and these repetitive behaviors that you are doing. More than 1 hour per day, you will fit the diagnosis of a individual that has obsessive compulsive disorder. I hope that makes sense. That's my understanding of OCD. That's how I look at it. OCD, the obsessive compulsive disorders they should be in the anxiety. I think that they are a part of the anxiety area of it, because it's like, it's repetitive. It's like, it's constant. It's like over over and over again, right? Just like the body dysmorphic disorder, the same thing. We are preoccupied with our deficits or our flaws that we believe that are there. Our physical appearance, it's not observable by other people, but it's observable by us, and it appears that it's off. There's a deficit. There's something wrong. And no matter how much we try to reassure ourselves by looking in the mirror, excessively grooming ourselves, makeup, the reassurance seeking from other people, and also even reassuring ourselves by looking in the mirror, it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better for some reason. We still seem to think that we have these flaws, we have these deficits, we are not looking the way that we should be looking, right? Our physical appearance, we are preoccupied with that, right? And it causes distress. It takes up a lot of our time to even be somewhere where it's social, when you're out and you're constantly seeming to think that I'm terrible looking, I just don't look right, and other people are looking at me a certain way, right? To other people, we believe that we don't look right, but to the other person, they might think differently of how we look. But we need that constant reassurance. Hoarding disorder. This is the persistent difficulty of getting rid of that stuff that you do not need. Now, the hoarding disorder is something where it's like, do I need to go like in truly depth with this? Because it's like, it is what it says it is. But yes, there is criteria that is going to fit that. I used to watch this TV show. I think it was called Hoarders. That's exactly what it was called. It was called Hoarders. And there was this woman on here where she struggled with getting rid of mail, and it was just piled up, and she was afraid to get rid of it because she was thinking that if I get rid of this mail, what's going to happen? What if I need it? So it started out like that, but then it became this like obsession where she can't get rid of it. She has a hard time parting with it. No meaningful value to it. It doesn't serve any purpose. This mail is, 9 and 10 years old. What purpose can it serve for you now? But she just couldn't part ways with it. She just couldn't separate herself from it. And then it's just like, it starts to accumulate, right? It just starts to accumulate. But they do also talk about that if there is an area where that person lives that is uncluttered, it's because it was a third-party intervention that came in and kind of like cleaned and helped it and said that, hey, you got to get rid of this stuff. But yeah, some people that are hoarders, it becomes really bad to the point where it's like, do you have a way to exit your house if something was to catch on fire? That's an impairment. That is where it becomes to affect certain parts of your life that is very important, such as, can you invite people over to your home? You can't, because will they have a place to sit with all of the piles and piles of possessions that you are refusing to get rid of, right? So that is your hoarding disorder. Trichotillomania, this is your hair pulling disorder. And it's not a lot, it's not very too much in depth, but it's just the constant pulling of one's hair, resulting in hair loss. It's just the repeated attempts of the person attempting to try to stop, but they can't. It causes distress. It's an impairment. Socially, if you were to be out socially, are you going to be sitting there pulling your hair out while you're having dinner with somebody? And if you can't stop from pulling your hair out while you're having dinner with somebody, are you going to go to dinner? Now it's like impairment, even your social life and other important areas of functioning. It's like, well, since if I pull out all of my hair, I'm not going to have any hair left. What am I going to be left to do? Buy wigs like Carrie. But I don't have trichotillomania. I just love wearing my wigs because I like to be different each and every day. But yes, this is your hair pulling disorder. Now, here is your skin picking disorder, excoriation, right? It's the skin picking. But if you are doing the skin picking, it will result in skin lesions. And again, it's the same as a trichotillomania, where you having these repeated attempts to stop, but you just can't. So also, this will also impair like your social life and other parts of your functioning. If you have skin picking where it's all over your arms and all over your legs and your thighs and stuff, Are you going to try to hide some of these scars and the lesions that you have? You probably might be doing that. So when it comes down like to, I don't want to say, the summertime, are you going to still hide it? Are you going to be wearing these full clothes, all clothes that are going to cover your body because you have so many lesions and stuff that are on your body right now? So again, that is the impairment when it comes to your social life, occupational, as well as your different areas of functioning. Because if you have those skin lesions that are open, can you go to a pool? Would you like to get in? You can't get in a pool with open sores and stuff. Like, it impairs a part of your life. I also had a kid like that as well, where he did a lot of skin picking and stuff, and he had a lot of open sores and stuff that was on his body. And when we came time to field trips to the pool, he would be upset with himself because he can't go because he have the open sores. So there's your example of excoriation, your skin picking disorder. This concludes your obsessive compulsive disorders. I hope this video makes sense to each and every one of you, and it finds you well. And if you have any questions, comments, or concern, please feel free always to send me a message. Share this video with anybody that needs to know this information. I don't know, I didn't have any of this like on my exam or whatever, but I think I had a little bit of OCD, the personality portion of OCD, but not too many of the other ones. But it's always nice to know them, and so that you are able to recognize them, and it also helps you walk through those questions and those answer response to better help you navigate them when it comes to taking the MFT National Exam. Enjoy the rest of your day.